We want to celebrate the work of our previous vision team and anticipate the work of our next vision team. January is a natural time to celebrate what has come before and to anticipate what is coming next. Instead of our annual all-church conversation gathering this year, we are using the 5 Sundays of January to celebrate and anticipate. My sermon of January 3, together with my New Year's letter, launched this effort. The Soul Reset sermon series, beginning today, invites each of us to rethink our priorities and reaffirm our loyal faith in Jesus with new resolve. On January 31, we will wrap up with an emphasis launching 2021 as the year of authentic community living in the light of God. This is the first of 4 video presentations in which we share important initiatives to strengthen our church for living with hope and confidence in the Jesus-defined light of God. Karen Hill is with us today. She chaired the Vision 2020 team and is here to celebrate a few highlights of that wonderful work. Karen?
Today, we are celebrating the many ways that God has allowed us to build His kingdom and change lives. May I share how Vision 2020 enabled us to continue to be the church in 2020, even after our doors were closed. From the beginning of Vision 2020, which actually started in 2011, we were seeking God's preferred future for McFarlin, not just for those of us who are here. Anytime a vision comes from God, it's always about the good of others. So we focused on McFarlin's strengths and passions, and in 2015, a 5-year strategic plan was created. First, online worship was implemented in 2016, allowing us to continue to worship during the 2020 pandemic. A grant was written to start the mobile food pantry. 4 grants have now been received, with which we purchased a truck, laptops for record keeping, and built the Bethlehem House for food storage. School partnerships were formed. Paper drives and mentoring programs were created, and Project Shine shared the love of Jesus and provided a safe place for young children during fall break. Leadership training was offered to our ministry leaders to increase their effectiveness, and Bonus Years Ministry expanded to engage younger members. And our facility was blessed with new lighting, infrastructure improvements, and fresh paint. With our mission, changing lives that change the world, our church family and our staff rallied around a common purpose. We did church with purpose and on purpose. And here's how God used Vision 2020 this past year. In a year when our neighbors lost their jobs and agonized over feeding their families, McFarlin's Food Pantry served 37,250 people, including 11,300 children. Twice each week, an average of 99 people received 47 pounds of food. Our mobile food pantry shared food with more than 1,000 families and 5,000 individuals over the last year. And McFarlin's Utility Assistance Ministry has helped 559 families with their gas, water, and electric bills, totaling over $109,428. Church, you contributed over $90,000 through a special Easter offering last April for this vital ministry. The United Methodist Men have contributed more than 4,000 hours for projects, including building 5 handicap ramps for citizens in Norman, and they completed the Bethlehem House expansion. Sadly, we know that COVID has taken the lives of more than 2,000 of our Oklahoma friends and neighbors, and this situation has created fear and panic. Our Congregation Care Ministry, which started in 2011, comes alongside those who need a word of hope. And our prayer shawl ministry graciously provided 95 prayer shawls to the frontline nursing staff in the COVID ward at Norman Regional Hospital. This past year, McFarlin never missed a Sunday to share messages of hope and promise. Though we didn't know it at the time, Vision 2020 positioned us for this pandemic. Online worship with God-glorifying music, small group formation, mobile food pantry, school partnerships, worship, discipleship, mission, all for the purpose of changing lives that change the world. Thank you, McFarlin, and thanks be to God.
As you know, effective implementation of a vision requires dedicated and excellent leadership. Your persistent, brave, and faithful generosity of both your time and your support of our budget ensures that we have the staff to activate the vision that God gives us. It is important that we are staffed to emerge out of the long months of this pandemic with strength. Leadership is the key to such strength, and to that end, we realigned key staff in 2020. You can still see the video announcement of that on our website. As we enter 2021, staffing for digital and online expressions of ministry is our current major staffing effort. We recently reorganized our communications team and enriched our digital capacity with both staff replacements and new hires, including Megan Barr as Digital Media Manager, Caitlin Kendall, our Hospitality and Operations Assistant, who also brings digital ministry skill, and the next planned hiring of a digital media strategist who will assist with online and virtual strategies in our program ministries. And of course, Pastor Trey Witzel joins us to lead modern worship and discipleship for the whole church. Pastor Trey is also adept at engaging in digital ministry and will help us do that well. All of our digital and media ministry strategies are led with excellence by Kristen Howard, our Director of Communications. Now we'll hear from Dr. Jonathan Bryan, one of our very active members and a leader among us. He has agreed to lead a visioning team that will take us into the beginning of our next century of ministry, Vision Next 100.
I agreed to lead Vision Next 100 because I believe that God uses McFarlin to change lives that change the world. He sure changed mine. We will build a team across cross-sections of McFarlin to learn how God can unify us across all ages, across all backgrounds, when we love others the way that He loves us. Our task will be to honor McFarlin's forward-looking tradition by continuing the success of Vision 2020. Our team will spend the next 18 to 24 months praying and planning for how to navigate McFarlin's life in the modern digital age. In addition to the visioning team, Carol Warner will be leading a team to celebrate McFarlin's 100th anniversary in 2024. Carol, please share with us your team's vision.
Hi, it's my pleasure to greet you today. I think we all know McFarlin has a rich heritage and a bright future. I'm truly excited to lead the team that will plan a grand and inspiring McFarlin Centennial Celebration in 2024, a year when we will reflect on the past 100 years, and we will also look with great anticipation to the next 100 years. We will be glad to receive input from any of you as we plan to celebrate this really special occasion. Thank you.
Next week on January 17, we will hear about our McFarlin Foundation and plans for building endowments that will energize and extend our ministry far, far into the future. On January 24, along with celebrating the ministry of our UMW in worship, we will hear about the launch of 2 teams. Because the Global United Methodist Church may make historic decisions about marriage and ordination in August of this year, decisions that could create debate among us, we will launch a team to help us learn, to engage in healthy dialogue, and to maintain the unity of the church in the bond of peace. We will also focus on the work of our Just Action team. This team was formed last summer in the wake of high-profile racial injustice and strife. Then on January 31, the video focuses on our theme for 2021, the year of authentic community, living in the light of God. We are people of God, the Church of Jesus Christ, called together to change lives that change the world. The world of people on this continent and around the globe, our community, our families, and our own lives all stand in need of the wisdom and love of God in Jesus, offered through McFarlin United Methodist Church, now and far, far into the future. We are on the move, living and serving in the light of God. Thank you, and may God's wisdom and grace guide us all through this year. Amen.